Good, good. How are you?
Doing well. What's your name?
VJ?
VJ. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You've been
All
busy?
right. Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles right now. How about you?
Good. I'm in Dallas, Texas.
All right, cool. So welcome to Pitch Investors Live. I think that you previously pitched Kevin. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Very cool. So great thing about here, Pitch Investors Live. You're in Dallas. I'm in LA, and we're here together pitching not only in front of the folks on this app, but also out there on social media.
Yeah,
Um, so a lot of people could be watching us right now. So would love to hear what you got going on.
sure. So I'll just tell you a little bit about my background. I've been always related to healthcare field. I have my doctorate in healthcare, and I have like a business experience of 8 years. I've been running like a community hospital. I have run nursing homes, assisted livings. Right now, I own like a home healthcare agency, which does around $5 million in revenue. And the problem that I see right from the beginning, I started as a employee, was healthcare industry in particular struggles to find people, and the staffing industry has not evolved in last 10 years. It's still the same way. If somebody is looking for a job, they still have to fill up, go to Indeed or Monster.com, fill out the application, sending out the resumes like flyers, and like if you're selling a candy, people are just sending the resumes to n number of people, regardless of what they are really looking for or what their interest is. And the system is so broken that there is no platform is matching the right candidate with the right employer. And especially when it comes to healthcare, the problem adds up more because it's not a freelancing that you just hook up with somebody and like you asking to do like 2 hours job and it'll be done. In healthcare, the person has to have a background check, physicals to be done, and there's a lot more process to be done before they can even show up at your door, which takes somewhere between 2 weeks to like a month. So, but the need is like right away. If like a big hospital has like 10 nurses and two nurses decided not to show up in the morning, they have an immediate need. The patient needs, like, the patient's care cannot be wait like a month.
Right.
So that system is so broken, and that has created like a crisis in healthcare industry, that everybody is looking for the staff all the time. Like every 4 seconds in America, there's a hospital going through a staffing crisis. Either their physicians are not showing up, their nurses are not showing up, or some administrative people are taking a leave for n number of reasons.
Now, is this just hospitals or all types of healthcare
All
type
types of healthcare,
facilities?
like nursing homes, you name it. Like they, because they work on the same platform. There are people that are coming to do the patient care. So they all wake up. Nobody knows who's going to show up and who's going to not. They find out at 9 o'clock that okay, we are missing three staff, and now the patients are already scheduled to be seen.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's where I got this idea like 2 months ago. Uh, I was doing my sorry, research and background, if this can be a feasible idea. I've done like small scale projects before, and like an app for on field staff, and sold it for $100,000, and some minor stuff here and there. But this project that like right now I'm working on is like kind of a large scale project. This is like, I understand that will be like kind of a crossing the ocean, because as far as I understand, Uber was spending almost $300 million in marketing just to push the product as of last year. So it just happened to be this year that they will be turning into profit. So did you got a chance to see my videos that I sent you in an email?
No.
No? Okay. Well, okay. So basically, what we want to do is we want to Uberize the thing. So it will be a location based. Whenever an employer is looking for employee, uh, like it will be a location based. So like if I need somebody, and like a nurse, and they will be showing what are available in my area. But the biggest advantage will be is like people will be already credentialed and will be ready to go, because they will be like screening will be done. their physicals will be already been taken care of. So we'll be maintaining those credentials for the employees, and then in return, we will be charging like a Uber model that if somebody is working for like 2 hours at the hospital, like at the a rate of $50 an hour, we will take 8 to 10%, and then we'll pass it on to the employee.
So is this to find like full time employees, or is it to find is it to find workers when they are in a desperate situation? Three people just called out today. They need some staff today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it daily work, or is it like real full time employee job searching?
So it works out both the ways, but the first solution we want to provide is the immediate need, especially in urgent care or the hospital where they cannot afford to have one staff lacking because everybody is like, especially right now, the healthcare industry is work on so much tight budget that they do not have an extra person just sitting in the back. They're just like understaffed always, just because of the budget, just because of the reimbursement and everything. So
Right.
out of that, if 2 or 3 people doesn't show up, that will create like a huge amount of crisis.
Sure. So are there a lot of folks out there in
Yes.
the healthcare industry who who are available for last second jobs like this?
Yes, because what happened in last 4 years is like since the Obamacare kicked in, everybody's salary almost they took a cut of 25 to 30% average. So physician who used to make $300,000 now making somewhere around 150, and the private practices has been closed already. Like last 2 years in Dallas alone, 50% of private practices has been closed, and they started working for corporate like Baylor, Methodist, or Presbyterian and stuff like that.
So is there enough? So I know you're. I just want to kind of ask the question again. Is there enough demand? Like, let's take the Dallas market for
Mm-hmm.
example. Is there enough demand on? The great thing about Uber is that that every day, every hour,
Yes.
every minute of the day, people are looking for rides, right? And there's enough demand for that for someone to actually have a living
Mm-hmm.
by logging into the Uber app whenever they want and doing rides, right? Is there enough demand where people could actually make a living just relying on last second needs for day jobs in the healthcare industry?
Yes. The reason is like in
And
healthcare.
do you know that? You know that for a fact? Have you done
Yes.
research into that?
Yes. 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 Because like healthcare is something cannot be wait. Like it's not engineering side that okay we'll do it tomorrow. If the patient needs to be seen today, has to be seen today, and that's where the demand comes in. And it's not just one setting. Every setting that is serving patient care will have some amount of shortage or some staff that is missing out for some reason. So the first idea we want to work on is the immediate need. But yes, later on the plan is to venture out into like somebody is looking for part-time or even full-time job, replacing the whole staffing industry basically.
Okay, so you're saying it could go more into just immediate needs into a
Yeah.
real position.
Yes.
Okay,
that
gotcha.
that's the like plan.
Okay, so where are you with the business right now? Have you have you? I get it. I get the whole idea. I mean,
Hmm.
well, in terms of like, how do you qualify people, right? Because how do you make sure that they're able to do the job, they're up to the standards, they have all
Yes.
the appropriate equipment. Um, they how do you because I feel like in the healthcare space, there's a lot more to it than just driving cars. Or so
Yes.
how do you qualify people?
So I've done my work on that part. Is like every healthcare professional carries a license, and every licensing authority they have website to verify those licenses. That okay, if I give, let's say I'm a physician and I have a number, that is my license number. I can go to a state website, put that number, and it will show me exactly if the person is active under the state, or there is a some disciplinary action going on, or the license is like suspended or is not been renewed or anything. that we can find out from the state. And every discipline, as long as they're working in the United States in healthcare industry, they have a license and they have a number that we just go to the website of that particular discipline. We verify to make sure that they are up to the credential, because state is responsible for that. And
so that's just that's just having the license. What about quality of work? Is
yes,
that just
so
is that review based off of them doing doing jobs as they go?
So what we cover by that is, like, since it's a patient care, there is a more risk of liability. But every healthcare provider must have their liability insurance. So they, like, every person who's going to like working for us will be having their own personal liability insurance. And we, like, through our platform, we will be selling out those things too. So
Right. So like, all right. So you're in a hospital. A hospital needs 3 people today. You
mhm.
know, like, how do they know they need a nurse, right? How do they know that the nurse they're finding on your app is able to, to give injections and stitches and just, but 2 simple examples there. Like,
Yeah.
how do they know that their quality of work is good enough to do that for
So
patients?
what we'll do is we'll create a profile with the expertise in it. So let's say there is a RN. So some people are like specialists in wound care, right? So they can mention it under their profile that, okay, I'm specialist in wound care,
Sure.
I'm
Okay. Gotcha.
specialist in
Gotcha.
so and so, or like
So
if
they build a profile on there that that kind of sells themselves.
yes.
Gotcha.
So first basic requirement is a license, right? So the first thing any hospital is looking for is like, okay, I need a nurse. Then what they are looking for is like what type of work we are going to utilize. So the app is going to match and give them like 5 options that, okay, these are 5 potential candidates. They can review the profile, have them like highlighted their skills, that, okay, I'm a wound care specialist, I'm injection or IV specialist and stuff,
Right.
and they can
Okay.
screen on that.
So where are you with the business right now? You said two months ago was an idea. So what's the stage that you're in right
So
now?
I have done my market research. I have done the business plan. Uh, now, uh, like, I just found the right team to develop the product, and they are going to start working on it. But that's where I am right now.
So what's okay? Gotcha. So really, you've just done some research, haven't really implemented anything or taken any action yet. You've done, you know, you say you have what type of team have you developed?
Well, I have like a software developer, the designer. They have like 5 people that I found like offshore. Uh, they have done like a few work in the past for me, and like this time they're going to handle like a web development and iOS app, which is going to be like similar to what Uber does.
Right. How do you get the word out? What's the marketing plan? What's the plan to market?
Okay. Recently, we had a Dallas hackathon for healthcare tech, and one of the biggest staffing. Its name is AMN Healthcare. They own multiple staffing business all around U.S., and they were sponsoring just one thing of a nursing crisis. That if somebody can solve that, they are ready to sponsor it. And I was like, I just found out like a day later of the application deadline. Otherwise, I could have been into that, particular, and maybe we could have like gone. But I'm still trying to get an appointment with them, and we'll see if things are working out with them, because they are really looking for a solution to solve, because they are so much bigger already in the staffing industry. They want to advance it and make it more feasible for everybody.
Gotcha. Cool. So what's your goal? What are you looking for right now?
Well, I'm looking for like 500,000 initial investment for 5% in equity, which will I have already I have my 200,000 or 300 that I can invest, which will go in product development, and the 500,000 that I'll be getting will be used in terms of marketing and pushing the product out in the market. And first market I want to test is Dallas, because Dallas is growing right now, and I think it's the right time. And
So
once the
you're
product,
you're so you're putting 300 in yourself?
yes.
No, is this going to be a full-time thing for you?
Well, yes, because the business I have, we have hired already administrator who's going to oversee like day-to-day job. I just look at the numbers.
Cool. Um, so you're valuing at 10 million. Where'd you get that from?
Well, because the business plan, like the way we will like we are going to make money is like, let's say, a nurse is working $50 an hour. So if she works 2 hours, uh, that's $100. We will be taking 10% of that $100, okay, and then on the top we will be selling them like the liability insurance through our platform, which will be discounted. Plus, we can get compensated for selling those. Like that will be a cross selling. And later on, once the platform is pushing it enough, employers will be ready to pay, to get the right candidate because
So
they do it.
you have a strong financial model.
Well, that's what I can say.
Okay.
Because
Um,
employer is paying as an average $500 just to find the right candidate,
right.
or
Gotcha.
they can go upward like five or even $10,000 just to find like somebody who is like manager position, like executive roles. The staffing market, as an average, they pay $5,000 to $10,000 just to fill up an executive position.
Hmm. Listen, I know that it's sometimes tough in finding good employees. Okay, cool. Anything else that you think's worth me and everyone else out there watching knowing right now?
Well, the thing is like the time is like I am making progress every day, and yeah, we like my target is to have like product ready and pushed out by summer, and then we'll be ready to test out the Dallas market.
Okay, cool, cool. So listen, I think it's an interesting idea. Um, you know, I'm not 100% sure about it, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can't have big success. It's really not for. It's not something for me. Um, it's an idea right now, right?
Hmm.
You know, and we'd like to see a little bit more traction. I mean, right now you need like, if you have 300 grand to put into it, before raising any money, I would go and build it
Hmm.
first. Have something to show, have something tangible that you could show potential investors, show that you're serious in it. You've put your money into it.
Hmm.
um, Build it out, get it ready. Maybe spend a couple bucks test marketing it and getting people on the platform, right? So if you have 300 grand, accessible to you right now, you don't need money. You need
Hmm.
to go and build it. You need to go and get it out there. Show what it is. I think your valuation right now that you're asking for is extremely high for just an idea. Also,
Hmm.
when you build it, that's a different story, right? When you build this thing, and you can implement the 300K that you have right now, your story is night and day from what it is right now. Right now, it's just a cool idea. You've done some research, um, and that's kind of it, right? But if I were you, I would just go and start building it. Do
Hmm.
what you say you're going to do, and in 3-4 months, come back,
Hmm.
and start showing it, because then it's a different story.
And that is the plan. Like, and the good part is like at least I have some money that I can, and that's why I'm not waiting for even investors. I already found the team, and they will be start working on like Monday.
Cool.
Okay, and like I'll be spending out for the final product. So I think like, but even to get the final product ready, I'll be fine. I'll be still having like 100,000 left to spend it
Exactly.
on marketing,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
that is the plan. And meanwhile,
Yeah.
like I came to know this app, so I said, let me find out. The main thing I'm looking for is like somebody to mentor me because, frankly, Brian, I have like crossed the, I would say lake. I've crossed the river, but this time I want to cross the ocean. And one thing I learned from my past experience is like I want to make sure I have all the pieces right before even I start swimming it, because
Hmm.
I don't want to just die halfway.
Right. I got you. So you want that before you even start developing.
Yeah, or like at least I don't want to go broke. That is for sure. And if I spend like 100,000 on it, yes, like it won't like break my bank, but at the same time, I will have a product ready. That is for sure.
I mean, yeah, and then you're talking a way different story too. Um, yeah, because listen, right, the stage that you're in right now is the toughest part to ever get money. Before you've even built anything, before anything, right?
Hmm.
Um, it's the toughest, toughest time in an entrepreneur and a business life to raise capital is where you're at right now.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I think you need to throw a little bit more into it
Okay.
to show that it's something real.
One thing I just wanted to talk to you is like Kevin mentioned about Jimmy. I've been trying to because he mentioned that he has some physician contact that are like located in Dallas. So my plan is like if we can work together as a, like because they are physicians, so I'm sure they're more aware of the situation. We can definitely just on a smaller scale. Once everything is lined up and the pieces are all together, then the big guys jumps in and okay, take it to the next level.
Have you talked to Jimmy at all?
I've been trying. I sent him email once, like 2 weeks ago, and Diani and Cindy was also introducing me. So we had like two emails, but I never got him back replying it. So that's where I am right now.
All right, I'll talk to him. Anything you could you sent me some videos. You said
Yes, I sent you in your email.
okay. When did you do that?
Yes, last night.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. I just landed in LA this morning, so all right, cool. So I'll look at the videos. I'll send them over to Jimmy, and I'll talk to him and see what he says, and then I'll see if he's what his interest level is and if he thinks that he could help at all.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm really looking for. Like, if you talk about money, like maybe not at this point. I'm not looking for really big money, but I'm really looking for a mentor who has walked through the path and he can guide me so I don't end up doing too many mistakes.
No, listen, that's great for you to ask. I mean, that's that shows me a lot right there. So that's very good. Um, that's good. So all right, so cool. Let me check the videos
Sure.
and just for anyone watching, Jimmy's on our team, so that's who he's referring to. Jimmy's based in Houston, but has huge ties into the medical community all
Mhm.
throughout Texas. So cool. So yeah, let me check it all out, and then we'll touch base.
Sure. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem at all.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, thanks for coming on here. Hope you had a
Yeah.
good time. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye bye.